This is a potentially very significant moment in the history of Iran right now. Let's get the latest on what's going on, because it's a very fluid and dramatic situation. Joining us here in Washington is the journalist Robin Wright. She's traveled to Iran nearly every year since 1979, has interviewed Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, Ali Khamenei. Her latest book is entitled Dreams and Shadows, The Future of the Middle East. Roger Cohn of the New York Times is joining us on the phone. He's in Tehran. He's an op-ed columnist for the New York Times. And in Los Angeles, Hussein Hijazi is here. He's the Iranian-born host of Golgust, a political news show on Pars TV. But first, let's check in with CNN's Reza Sayah. He's in Tehran on the dramatic developments in Iran. Here's his report that he filed earlier today from Tehran.
I think the emotions, the feelings have evolved. It's been up and down. I think earlier in the week you did see some excitement. Before that, you saw a lot of tension with those brutal crackdowns on the part of riot police and members of the besieged. And now what I'm sensing is some tension reemerging. We spoke to some supporters of Mr. Mousavi. Every day we asked them, do you plan to attend another rally? Do you plan to attend another demonstration? And they said yes. Tomorrow they are planning to attend the demonstrations, but they were clearly tense. They heard the Supreme Leader's message today. He made it crystal clear that he doesn't want to see any more of these protests. Keep in mind, this regime over the past 30 years has been very uncommunicative. They played it very close to the vest. They don't like their conflicts within to be played out in the public, and that's what we've seen over the past week. So he's made it clear that he doesn't want to see any more of these public protests. And the supporters of Mir Hossein Mousavi realized that this is an important day, that there may be on the verge, this regime may be on the verge of getting ready for a crackdown much tougher than we saw earlier this week.
Reza Sayah, our man in Tehran, one of the few Western journalists still reporting from Tehran. Robin Wright, you've been in these situations. You've covered it for many years. The next few hours, am I exaggerating, could be critical.
The escalation today really is remarkable, and he's taken this to a whole new level. He's given notice to the opposition that he will broker no demonstrations, and he's prepared to use the instruments of the state in order to make sure that doesn't happen. This division is now no longer about just who is the next president of Iran. It's very much now pitting the supreme leader, the symbol of the revolution, against those who are arguing for a different vision of the Islamic Republic. And the stakes now are much greater.
Roger Cohn of the New York Times, the columnist, is on the phone, joining us now from Iran. Roger, tell us what you're seeing, what you're hearing, perhaps most important, what you're feeling.
Hi, Wolf. It's early morning here in Tehran. The city is quiet for now. I was out last night, and it's tense. It's very tense. There are a lot of Basij back on the street, this armed militia that go around in jeans, T-shirt, helmets, shields, and batons, truncheons. They were standing all around Banach Square and up the big avenue called Valley Asa as I walked up there, and there's no question that the statement of the Supreme Leader, the speech sermon yesterday in which he laid down a line in the sand and said, no more of this, and essentially dismissed the recount and made it very clear that his tolerance for all this had reached its limit. That has changed the atmosphere, and the demonstration scheduled for 4 p.m. this afternoon is looming as a kind of high noon here in Iran.
They're what, 7 hours ahead of the East Coast, is that right?
We're 8.5 hours ahead.
8.5 hours, so,
yeah,
so that's about 8:30 in the morning or something like that, Eastern time. When that demonstration will unfold.
Yes, that's right, yeah. Yes.
Something like that. Roger, just to tell our viewers, the Grand Ayatollah said no demonstrations, but the opposition seems to be going forward with a massive demonstration. The question is, will there be bloodshed?
Well, the demonstration Monday, the Sea of Green for Mir Hossein Mousavi, was one of the most extraordinary events I've witnessed in my last long career as a journalist. The mayor of Tehran is now saying, having measured this on maps, that there were probably 3 million people there. And this is all being organized essentially through word of mouth, because texting is cut off, cell phones